Docking request accepted.
Good morning, New Eden. Today is March 22nd, 2026, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout, and my co-host is Samson.
New Eden no minasama, ohayo gozaimashita.
Checking in from Japan, of course. So, we have translators on the standby, though.
Yeah, as I just said, good morning to all the ladies and gentlemen of New Eden.
So we had so this has been actually quite an interesting week in Eve. The last week, there's a lot of stuff that dropped, a lot of changes, and you, unlike myself, have gone out. Hey, thanks for the follow, King. So you've been out on a bunch of fleets. So let's talk about the fleets first. What have you been up to in Eve? I've been missing.
So
You've done all the work. You've fixed all of our problems with with registrations and off.
I the Diplo. I didn't choose the Diplo life. The Diplo life chose me. It's just like I think it's funny because I haven't actually had like any diplomatic incidents to deal with. Although there's one that could have maybe have had happened that I can talk about later. I'm we're a small corp and we're very casual, but there are certain and we joined an alliance that's also pretty casual, or at least accepting of our casualness. But there's still a lot of demanding things like you have to not just be offed with your alliance, but you have to be offed with your coalition, right? And one of the problems was that a lot of people were already offed with the coalition from prior stuff, but it didn't count. It didn't count them, so they had to go back in and like re-off, and then it fixed it. And then we had new people that have never done this kind of thing before, going, "Man, I just did this. You just told me to do this." Like, but and also too, I find it. I haven't said anything really in the Diplo chat in our alliance, but I watch it with like while I'm eating popcorn. Like it's just like I just watch the drama fly by, and I think it's hilarious. And thankfully we haven't had any drama come from us yet. We're doing fine. But we're no drama corp, right? Like we don't really have
very, very low drama,
problem.
very, very much a group of friends that banded together, and some of us met through Eve, and some of us come in through the real life, and
But that being said, this hadn't been any official announcement yet, so I won't say anything. But I've literally watched drama unfold from a bunch of drama all the way through to the full circle of, and now they're leaving the alliance. Like I'm saying, like the whole like I'm like I saw that. I did see that coming. Bitch and moan and complain, and then about everything, and then all of a sudden they're like, we've made the decision to leave or whatever. Like that
pretty standard for
it's hilarious that I don't care about that kind of drama. But anyways,
it's fun to watch.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch, but I'm not going to start that drama. And I'm not a whiny bitch. We're not whiny bitches, honestly.
Try not.
I mean, I give you crap a lot, and I do when I forget to eat, I get angry. And it hasn't happened anymore, really. Honestly, it hasn't happened in a long time because I think I've finally gotten over, Frozen's gonna get me killed, and if he doesn't get me killed, then then it's a good day. And if he does, it's still a good day because we'll figure out a way to make up for it. But I'm gonna go ahead and share these. You get me killed all the time. I die more in your fleets than in any other fleets. But here, I'm gonna share this screen. I'm gonna do the full screen so I can. There we All right, so starting down here, actually, the first fleet was on, I want to say Monday your time, Tuesday my time, and it was a Blops strat op in our front line area where we're currently deployed, and it was a good, like, it started off kind of slow. Rots was having us kill these vexers because there was just nothing in space. And he's like, I don't normally like to drop on vexers, but we're gonna do it anyway. And I think also too, they've been frat, at least in our area, in this area has been ordered to like stop using. Uh, this is based off of intel and some, inferences, or like, reading into this a little bit, that they perhaps were told, start using vectors instead of ishtars because we're just losing too many ishtars. So that's why you see two vectors kills. But then this guy came through in a hurricane, and we followed him and grabbed him. Then we got an ishtar. That ishtar had a mobile tractor unit, and then out of nowhere, like literally, like there was like no warning, at least to like fleet. All of a sudden, it's like Kronos, Kronos. Like we got a Kronos. Well, actually, you know what? I think no. I take it back. I feel like the Kronos was out earlier and we missed it, and then we went someplace else, and then we came back, and then we got the Kronos, and it was a 1.8 billion. It was a nice little tasty snack there. That's all of us in Deemers. Oh, I made myself sad thinking about Deemers. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, lot of good Blops guys realized that the one problem with having no navs up here is, let me close this. What I would do is I'll just get rid of the bookmarks. I need to get rid of bookmarks. I swear I know how to do this shit. Anyways, who cares? It doesn't matter. You can see that I have Bidia sauce bookmarked. So yeah, I'll go back here. And we got that was a nice little tasty treat with that Kronos, which is, it was pretty much the big catch of the night. But then we went on to catch some porpoise, some ishtars. This porpoise, we were trying to catch hulks, but the hulks got away, and we got the porpoise, got two ishtars, and then we got there was a nice little fight where we caught a Vedmak and this jaguar, and this bubble was a part of that fight too. And then we got one more ishtar, and then we went home. But that was one of the more successful Blops fleets, not counting the one where we got a super, like, way back. Was that like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? But then there was a max form Uber strat op on I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, because it was Wednesday in my time. I think Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know. No, it's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday my time. So Tuesday your time. And this was a big deal. We were told max form. This was not Blops. We formed Maelstroms.
And this is actually probably Wednesday of in-game too, right? Because
Oh
it's
yeah, possibly.
after 0100, 0000.
Yeah. So I'll just say
Oh, oh, oh,
Wednesday. Yeah, it was like
midnight.
0100. Yeah. We start here. You can see 56. I think we've probably formed at like 030 or something. I don't remember, but yeah. So this was another tie-dye event. There were like 1,500 people in local, or more, 1,700 people, something like that. And we started taking out a Raven Navy issue fleet of tests. Right here you can see these 4 Raven Navy issues. But then so we were told not to form dreads. Like, we had them on standby, I guess, but we're not forming dreads. We were just forming maelstroms. But Northern Coalition formed, and even goons, I don't think they brought dreads either. But this was a fight over of one of our forts. Maybe it was a goon fort. one of our coalition's forts that had a hull timer. And I mean, ultimately, we lost that fort. However, they max formed dreads. Basically, that's what they like. We max formed, subcaps, and they max formed dreads. But that got us a lot of kills here. We have 3 revelations and 1 Phoenix Navy. Nothing too pricey, and 1 apostle. There were multiple apostles on field. But like if I take a look at this Phoenix Navy, I can see you can see us out of the blue. You can see goons with their they always
Look on
have their
related up in the
task.
top right hand corner.
Right hand corner related.
There, yep. Building battle report. Now this is a shitty battle report. This is not going to give you a solid, true understanding of exactly what happened, but it gives you an extremely rough idea. What's at the very top? It says that it's 1,220 versus 1,456. So, putting Initiative, Goon Swarm, Brave Collective, Dracasis, Out of the Blue is in the top. So yeah,
that looks pretty accurate. The initiative was on our side in this fight, I believe.
So they still
not
outnumbered us. They still outnumbered us and brought caps.
Yeah,
give or take, But I mean, it's actually pretty close. At about 1,200, it's like 12 versus
that's right.
14. It's like
we had a really big group of the Sons of Bane join us in our fleet. In out of blue, so we were a combined fleet of out of blue and the Sons of Bane.
It's kind of cool how there's this like multiple battle groups, and I've always been part of the main battle group, but it's interesting to see this from not being part of the main goon battle fleet. You're one of the secondary, third, tertiary, or
I mean, if you look at the I actually can probably, I think I have the actual battle report, the good one. I can find for you real quick. Let me see. It's right here out of the
So how bad was lag during all of this?
I think it was pretty high, max, almost max tie-dye.
So max tie-dye. Did you have any like module lag though, or was things
there didn't seem to be
slow?
there didn't seem to be any issues, no, actually, and all. It was on point, because what I was seeing was that, let's see, Sigma Frat, you're gonna content chapter subcapping. Is it this one, the Battle of Geminate? When my no, this is not it. That is definitely not it. It reformed. No, that was. I guess that was. What the hell?
Let's just use this battle report.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyways,
so let's see if you scroll down.
When you would fire, when your guns would deactivate, like you'd hit red and your guns would go red, and then when they would cycle through, when you pressed them again, they would immediately, almost like within a second, shoot the next target, and you would see the damage hitting the next target, so that the modules were working.
So it looks like this came out to about 1,000, or what was it, 115 billion ISK lost on one side, 82 billion ISK lost on the test side.
Yeah, we lost the fort. That's what I think. That's what where, yeah.
That was just the fort that was showing there. That
it's a different
normally the forts are on the top, but
yeah. So maybe we didn't.
Once again, this is not a solid.
I thought we were on a blue fort. Yeah, we were on a blue fort. That is for 100% certain. So I'm wondering.
Not the fort that got blown up, though. Or were you on the front?
Yeah, we were on the fort that got blown up. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. What the hell? What's Team B?
Oh, just go all the way to the
Yeah.
top. It'll say structures and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
so
structures.
Let's see. Yeah, maybe that doesn't list it there.
Logistics force.
In any case, you saw a fort blow up, so let's not too worried because this is this is a battle report.
Anyways,
but the main thing was that you did get a bunch of kills.
Yeah, we got a bunch of kills.
From
This
your
was
perspective, you were pretty happy with the outcome.
Yeah, they're all right here at the top. Revelation, 3 Revelations, Apostle, and a Phoenix Navy. And this Phoenix Navy was just a target painting Phoenix, a smart bomber.
Very
so like
weird.
it came in. Well,
Very different.
it literally it came in to so that all of the caps could hit us and apply damage. So like as soon as we killed that,
it wasn't
then they
going to
couldn't hit us.
be in siege mode either, so it probably could receive reps.
Yeah, but it went down pretty fucking fast. I have to say, we had a lot of maelstroms. I don't even remember how many it was. I want to say it was like close to 200 or more. But what was interesting, something that I didn't know because I'm not familiar with these kinds of fights, is the bombers. I understand bombers and I understand bombs. But we kept bubbles. We keep bubbles up on our fleet to protect us from bombers. I didn't know that was a thing. I guess I don't actually know the actual mechanics behind that. Is that to stop the bombers from getting too close to be able to do their bombing, to stop them with a bubble, or does it actually negate damage from bombs?
It can
or
pull
does it
them to a specific spot, like with bubbles. If you you can't just get easily into position
to bomb?
to bomb properly. Like if you bubble, properly, it depends on, to be honest, I mean, once again, that's also outside of my normal warfare
Okay,
knowledge.
well, I
I
mean,
don't, I
but that
haven't
makes
really
sense.
done too
That
much.
makes
A
sense.
little bit of bombing here and there, but I haven't never
Yeah,
FC'd or been along.
I think I've done
in row.
a bomb
like once
like
every
once
great
or
while
twice,
ago.
and I don't think I've ever done a successful bombing. So, but yeah, that was interesting.
Bombing
I
is
thought
a
that was
really
interesting.
aspect of the game.
I did lose my maelstrom, but it wasn't until the fight was over and we were retreating. What happened was I capped out, and I couldn't keep up with the fleet anymore, and I got stuck in a bubble. But I got SRP'd, and also I wouldn't even have cared if I didn't, because fuck, that was crazy. For the loss of one maelstrom, I lost, for 280 mil. I got, Jesus,
Billions.
1, 2, 2, 8, 11, 8, 17 to 20, like 25 billion in kills. So like 10 times.
Yeah,
So that
from a
looks good for
personal
me.
point of view, it's not that much of a hardship. You
No,
took
not
it
at all.
at all, besides the time spent.
Although I think I still owe the
spent.
Corp wallet like 350 mil because I'm so broke. I have to keep buying these ships to fly these fleets.
That's why the Corp wallet's there. It's not like we have real money in there. It's all petty cash. It's just,
Yeah, it's a petty cash. I've been borrowing from petty cash.
if you're
so
gonna
I can
take
buy
from
ships
petty
really
cash,
quick.
eventually put back into petty cash if you can.
Yeah, and I pay it back. I usually pay it back. I just haven't yet because I
As
haven't
long
been
as we
ready.
can pay our bills, which is not that much. We don't. Our bills are pretty cheap these days.
Yeah. So, then I took out a fleet on Wednesday night, the standard Wednesday night fleet, and before I was not prepared. I didn't have any ships. I just had like leftover cock bags. But before I started, I was fucking around moving ships from one station to the other to see what I had, to like see if I could get enough stuff to like. But I was like, we'll do cock bags and then we'll switch to something else. We'll kitchen sink and whatever. I fought this guy in my red tree on the outside of the other station of Haid 4. And I didn't realize, one, that he was Stay Frosty, and two, that he had a friend. So he was training a new member of a band apart, Stay Frosty. And so like I engaged him thinking, well, I can kite this guy really quick. But then the problem was him and his Merlin buddy got right up my ass really fast and tackled me. But thankfully I killed him at least. And I won the point war, lost the ISK war because I lost my retry to the both of them right here. And he was a blaster Merlin, and a Stay Frosty Rifter, which has a lot of DPS, by the way, because I have the same fit. I fly the same Rifter fit because I think Jorian's was Stay Frosty, right? I think it's Jorian. Yeah, he gave me the fit. But yeah, so then we started our little fleet, and what we did was I got us all in the cock bags, and we flew. We caught, I think this slicer, I think, was one that so we caught this slicer. I think while we were on our way to or no, we were already in alternate.
Orion throwing up the fist.
We fought and then we fought we got this Cat Navy. Oh no, do we only get one? Oh, you know what? I died really fast in that fight. We got a couple of I wonder if I can do related to this Thrasher and see what we actually got, because we got a couple of decent kills. That's no, never mind.
The Gallente banner on the Eve login screen is epic. Says hemp.
Nice. I haven't logged in today, so I did.
You should. You got rewards. You got to log in every day to get every reward. So. Oh,
we got rewards now. Okay. But yeah, so we got the slicer and a few other ships in a fight where we lost everything. But I only got on the one kill because I died really fast. They headshot me. They headshot Gwen, and then after that, I was like, well, I'm trying to figure out what we can do. I have some ships. I don't have any like full setups of anything. And Imantis had joined us, and he well, he joined us prior, but he was like, hey, I got a bunch of gate camping Hecates, Insta-Line, Insta-Blap, Hecates, and I can hand those out, and then we can do that. And so I shifted from FC to Wing Command and handed the fleet over to him because though I do gate camp and I do certain things, I've never really flown the Hecates much. And so we did that, and we got a ton of fucking kills. Like everything we would be sitting on a gate like this Cat Navy, blap it, warp off, or not even warp off. Like these were almost all war targets we were fighting. We didn't really typically take gate guns because we were in an area where and Aldernate, there's a lot of faction warfare shit going on. Like this Osprey Navy issue, that was a really good catch. We got a Vigil, we got a Merlin, we got a Vexor Navy, we got a Thrasher fleet.
Kicked some caracals to the curb, it looks like.
Caracals, kicked a bunch of caracals to the curb, and an Enyo at the end there, a Stay Frosty Enyo. So it all, like, I started with an ABA kill, ended with an ABA kill. Of course, this was a bit more blobbing, but if you look at this guy first, this guy fucking melted. Like, he came through the gate, he didn't even have time to turn his hardeners on or rep or anything. Like, he instantly died. But you look at this, what we have here. It's all these Hecates in blap mode, in a sharpshooter mode. They're rail Hecates, insta align, like sub 2, when you have your travel mode on. But the idea is, here comes a target, turn on sharpshooter, shoot it, turn on travel mode, warp out.
Yeah.
So you could do stuff like station games, for example, a dude on docks, you warp over there, you blap him, warp off. Like what was happening was Imantis had it's not showing here in a lot of these kills because that was a gate camp kill, but like no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for maybe one of these caracals. It's got 7 on it, I think. Come on. Yeah, down here at the bottom you can see a stiletto. So he was hunting with the stiletto. He'd catch him, we'd warp in, pop it, and warp out. I think he lost a slasher once, but yeah, we had tackle in the stiletto. Yeah, seriously, this was a slasher, I think, where he lost a slasher to this Osprey Navy, but it was a great trade because we immediately blapped it with the Hecates. But that was a lot of fun. I learned now how those Hecates work, and I think they might be a fun little thing to have.
Oh yeah.
In our back pocket.
Yeah, we should definitely be fielding those on the front lines of Gallente warfare. Like, you know, the one thing is that
it matches our play style really well too.
You know, as they can include more advanced Plex type kind of stuff, content, that makes it a lot easier to justify just going out and having fun. You know, and it
and also you can sit on the outside of a Plex with these things and wait for someone to show up. And then also too, we were getting chased by around by a Caldari fleet, a pretty nasty one, ton of lodging and stuff, but they can't catch us. They cannot catch you in the Hecates, and if one person gets left behind, one person gets left behind, they just stay in travel mode, you know, and they jump the gate or they warp off.
Go.
And we jump the gate, and then and it's like
if
warp away, warp back,
don't
jump through the gate. They can't catch you. Yeah, they can't catch you as long as you know how to fly that. So he was really good. Amantis was really good about like saying when to use what mode, because it's important. It's really important with the tactical destroyer to know what mode to be in.
Yeah.
And those are, like I said, they're like insta. Well, one of them is an insta locker, which is kind of pricey. It was when he was flying, so he had like, you know, dual Seabows and a faction point, and so he could catch stuff when he didn't have his hunter around. So that's the kind of idea, is like one person has that in insta point, and that one required like a 5% or like a 3% CPU implant or something with max skills. But then that one's like a 1700 scan res with like a 30 kilometer point or something. So like you catch stuff and you kill it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Mantis, for showing us that.
Super
cool. Yeah. And Frozen he didn't make it on that fleet.
Yeah, that's I'm glad that you took over though, and you know, it proves we're a corporation. We're not just one fleet commander that just
yeah, I'm trying to get back into it.
We've got backups, kind of, you know. There's always,
I need to do more.
The more honestly, that we can give, you know, set up backups and stuff like that. And I think, you know, at some point here we have the potential to grow a lot, but I want to grow, you know, with basically like, I need you to like hang out with me, become part of the buddy, like, and that's how you get in the corporations. Come hang out with us.
Yeah.
And that's actually like, because I mean, a lot of corporations are a lot just more open just to do, you know, whoever can throw like a thing and look kind of good on paper. But like, I've seen many of those come and go, and I just want people that I know, like Rulan, yourself, like Cat.
Yeah, and Rulan was on that fleet. He was on the Hecate fleet that we were doing. That was fun to have him out with us. He hadn't been on in a while, but also too, we also started the fleet late. Because he was like, "Oh, are you guys normal?" And I was like, "I've started it late because
you're a late
I was
zoner.
running it, and I'm the late zone, so I can't guarantee that it'll be like that every time. But he gets off work typically when we're ending our normal fleet time. So that's why he was able to join this time. Well, this time he was able to join because he took the day off anyway. So
okay. just for us.
Yeah,
That's, you know,
yeah,
how
yeah.
dedicated our members are. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So we
moving on to like the major expansion though, that, well, expansion-esque, you know, major update, I guess, for the, not a major expansion, but an update to the expansion. Um, we've got the expansion that just came out in a major event, and Orion was just saying that he hates how he has to log in every day, and then he missed a couple of days. I missed a couple of days too, and it's interesting because CCP seems to be wavering on how they handle this. There's one way of doing it where you give out a little bit less. You have an extended amount of days that you can be able to do it. But it seems like they have, on all of those, like they don't have like the extra track of just random shit that's not super important to it. Like the big skill boosts and stuff like that are midway through if you have an extended amount of time to do it. Or if you don't, I'm sorry, if you don't have an extended amount of time, but if you do have an extended amount of time, you've got to complete the whole track. So this is one where you don't have to complete the whole track. You don't have to log in every day to get all of the really big bonuses that you need. To be honest, I am missing 3 of the bonuses, or two or three. I've missed every day except for today, for both me and, or my main and my alt.
apparently I've missed all of them because I haven't been logging in at all
Yeah.
since.
So, and all you need to
earlier
do
in
is
the week.
log in for this one. You don't need to do anything other than a login. And it seems to be, you know, do you just give out more random prizes, or do you just have the end of it be the big payout and you give extra days to get that big payout? To be honest, I think the extra days is psychologically better. But in actuality, it's better to have 28 days worth of stuff and get 28 days or stuff every 28 days than it is to get, you know, 14 days worth of stuff but have 28 days to complete the 14-day track. Because you still, I mean, it's the same exact thing, but I think that there's a trick in there in your brain of FOMO, as everybody is, you know, fear of missing out is an issue. But it's also a video game, so it's going to try and entice you. It's a capitalist video game that is going to try and entice you to like play the game and use FOMO to their advantage. So there are a few things that are going on here. So first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at patch notes. Because patch notes kind of cover the major event that's kind of going on here, but we'll talk more about that major event, which is the Gallente Election Event is happening. So there is the different candidates, different ones that you can support here, and the major patch notes that they did is pretty much for this Gallente election. So there's new content that you can kind of go out and do. There's a bunch of rogue drone activities. There's combat activities. It looks like there's exploration activities. And I would dig into these. I haven't really dug into these myself. But it sounds like you sign up with one of the 3 different people. The one thing I have to say that I'm kind of like... they haven't put out enough information. CCP hasn't put out enough information about making these 3 extremely fleshed out as candidates. But they do give you an overview, and we'll kind of go through that as well on the overview of this. But for big patch notes, there is actually, and we'll kind of go into a lot more, I think basically almost all the new things that are coming in the patch notes that we have for the beginning patch notes is more of a what's going on with this event. And all the event stuff that they're doing for this. I'm just going to double check here. But yeah, the major catalyst, major update that they did, which is not that like there's a whole new, you know, it's not, it's, there's no new ships. This is a lot of rebalancing and adding some new
Rebalancing. Quotation
rebalancing.
marks. Rebalancing.
And you know, specifically looking to have some more carrier focused changes here, as well as a huge hit to Black Ops. So we'll get into that.
Black
Rebalancing. Yes, hemp. Absolutely. So a new carrier-specific Concord Rogue Analysis Beacon has been added. So from what I have heard, this is a new crab beacon that you, instead of using a dread, you use a carrier to activate it, and a solo carrier cannot complete it, is what I've heard. Not in time. It's not a tanking problem. It's a DPS and application problem that you can't use one carrier to actually complete the whole rogue analysis beacon.
I do want to point out, though, I think what Hemshaw meant to, what he actually said was rebalancing.
Yeah. So this is an interesting thing, though, because one of the things is that it doesn't attack fighters, so that's a big one. So you can safely use your fighters without having them get blown up by the NPCs, which is kind of nice. They also do not activate on super carriers, so you cannot bring a super carrier to activate these. You have to have at least a carrier, and then a super carrier, or dreadnought, or whatever else that you want to bring. But it does sound like you need some assistance in order to complete these. And they're slightly better than the dreadnought in like payout per hour for these, if you complete it on time. There is a big revamp that they did on fighters, so they reduced them from being a squad of 9 fighters to a squad of 6 fighters. They increased the shield capacity by about a third, and then they added about a third more damage and to both their salvo, a little bit more for their salvo and for their regular autocannon, or explosive, or whatever kind of damage that they're kind of doing. And it's flipped by attributes after finishing training Zern and logged into a 20% damage loss and a year wait to re-finish it. Yes, yep. No, it's there's a bunch of huge hits. So there's the carrier boost that they got here. So each one of the fighters got a little bit of a boost. And the Navy fighters are a lot more buffy right now, which I do find to be interesting, because I've been contemplating doing PvE with the carrier, because you can just be aligned out the entire time. The only time that you're vulnerable is your warp in and your time to align out. And even though it was always fun, I did a bunch of fun carrier fights. This is an interesting kind of change here to a certain degree. But we'll see. The faxes all got a 20% increase to capacitor boost amount per carrier level. Well, sorry, the Apostle and the Minnow did. And then the Nina and the Lift got a 7.5% capacitor boost amount per Gallente skill or Mimitar skill. Improved to 30, from 7.5% to 30%? Is that, I'm reading that properly, actually?
7.5 bonus to capacitor booster amount per Gallente carrier skill level improved to 30%.
That's a pretty decent boost for... That's a weird
30% per? Or is it total? Because 7...
It's got to be
7 per... 7 per is 21, 33.5. It's 30.
Fan Rocket's the king.
I think it's less than 30%, right? Slightly less than 30%. I think what they're saying, because it can't be 30% per. That's insane. right? That doesn't add up. 7.5 times 5,
No,
which is the
maybe it
max
does.
skill.
Maybe they get you up to
Oh,
100.
it's 37. Oh yeah, it's 37.5. So then, so I was thinking 4 for some reason. So it would be now 30 times 5, which would be 150% rather than 37%. That's big.
That's big. I mean, they did add a 20%, so 100%, 100% there. So yeah, they boosted it from 35 to 150%. That makes sense. Yeah, if 100 hemp says 150% to boosh amount. Booster amount.
Booster.
Boosh, not but not boosh, boost.
No,
Boost is
booster.
different.
Boost.
See here, so all of the Synesis, the Gnosis, the Praxis, everything took a huge hit. Well, not a huge. I mean, like, Gnosis took a 5, which in the end is a 25% reduction of damage, which is substantial. I know that's your baby.
That sucks. Well, but I
bet
haven't
you it's
flown
the
it in
first time you're
forever.
hearing about this, huh? You didn't even know about
Yeah,
that,
it's the
did
first
you?
time I'm hearing. I didn't even know about this. Damn, that sucks. But I also haven't flown the Gnosis in a long time. Honestly, I've been too busy in strat ops and other fleets because like gate camping, I haven't really found a way to gate camp in Null yet, and I'm not entirely sure that the Gnosis is the best option. Honestly, I think the better options are like bubblers and
Yeah.
some kind of DPS or a cloaked DPS even. Yeah, I don't know because
But in any
but I
case,
also noticed.
the Synesis is dead. The Synesis went from the greatest, coolest destroyer ever created to a
Yeah.
huge hit,
Well,
and mainly
it wasn't a
because it's not an
destroyer.
insta warp.
It was a big shuttle.
It
It was
was
a
a
large
really
shuttle.
big shuttle. It was a really big shuttle. That was really cool. I mean, I fought these things too, and they might still
Well,
be
that'd be
okay
funny.
in the fighting arena, but man,
It
these
might be
things were
funny.
movers of shit. So
We
they
can
lost
catch them now.
150 meters squared of their shit, and they're now 4.16 align time. That was their base. If you had no skills, no good skills at all, or any skills really towards that stuff, you'd get 4.16. It's now changed to 6.12, which puts them under, once you have everything all skilled up, under or over the
The
2-second align time.
Yep.
So they're still, you can still do some hauling in them, but not as much.
Yeah, if you
You
want a
can
500
still get
mil
it to
cities.
insta warp if you want a 500 million isk Synesis. So you can
At
still,
that point, you might as well just have a
yeah,
fucking cloaky hauler.
cloak hauler for sure.
You have 2 cloaky haulers at that price.
Right. The Gnosis took a little bit of a hit. Same thing. Same thing with the Praxis, with a overall 25% reduction to damage from everything except for drones. So drones are still they're still Gnosis and the Praxis are still drone votes. In fact, now that becomes their superior weapon. The recon ships have all had all of their lock ranges nerfed. From so for example, you've had the Curse at 130, now down to 110. Pilgrim at
Ouch.
104, down
Man,
to
that sucks.
88. Like huge reduction to their
Man, they
range.
fucked blops in general then, huh?
Oh yeah,
They
pretty
just
much everything that had a cloak on it, got a little bit of a slap in the face. Besides, like, the frigates, so Redeemer has plate bonus
No.
removed, the shield bonus removed, lost a hard point.
That's the
That's
biggest
huge.
kick in
That's
the
huge.
dick
That's
that I've
one
seen.
of the big
You
things that we've
lost
been
a
using
fucking
a bunch.
hard
I just
point.
spent like a whole bunch of money on getting.
I have
I
have 2 deemers only. But the one deemer that I've been using
glad I
on the
only have
blops
one.
fleets, now it's got to be reduced one of the turrets, so they got to figure that out.
Well, we're probably going to
The
get rid of them because, I mean, they're not even worth using compared to the
Well, I
Widow
think
or the others.
yeah, the
like,
widow might be better now.
Widow got an
Uh,
increase in fire rate bonus, so we lost a turret. The Widow got a 2.5% increase to fire rate.
So yeah, you might see that's kind of the what people are leaning towards is kind of you might see the widow become the new blops dropper. Like you don't see widows, like you see one widow in a fleet maybe.
So I heard this Panther getting a 15% stasis grapple fall off bonus per Black Ops. I thought that I heard that they're going to be reverting that, and that was they're going.
Who cares? What's the point of that?
Yeah, that was for the Marauder for the Vargur, and the Vargur is going to have both the removal of 7.5 tracking bonus and and then gain that stasis grappler fall off bonus.
What the fuck were they thinking?
And then this is going to gain a tracking bonus, so it might gain the Panther might gain a tracking bonus. It's something that I've been hearing, and that it loses all this stupid shit. So I don't know. We'll see.
Here's their fucking explanation. Black Ops were too tanky with the extender and plate bonuses. For the Blops gangs we were seeing operate all over New Eden, we didn't touch the Marshal or Python at this time, but we'll monitor if everyone swaps to Marshals now, which are considerably more expensive. Yeah, no one's going to all swap to Marshals. They're too fucking expensive.
I don't know. It could. I mean, not everybody, but some people. Some people are.
Some people will. Yeah, the people that can afford it will. Fuck
Which
them.
is a good thing. Because that just means more expensive shit in space to go blow up.
Yeah.
But in any case, the Redeemer got fucked. The Panther got fucked at this point. Widow got a little bit of a boost with the tank hit. Like all of them are less tanky, But
the tanky part
is got a little bit of a nice. That's a 50%
honestly,
bonus.
If you're doing
damage.
blops right, you rarely ever even get shot. Like I got shot on one fleet in a blops, and that was the one where we were fighting the carrier. That was the only time that I got shot, and then we were baited into that, and we took the bait, which was the best thing we could have ever done. But
that is kind of I think that's kind of the point, is that they're going to be less better. They're not going to be really well suited for true engagement.
You know what?
That this honestly, they are designed to jump the fuck on top of you, shoot you in the face, and then get the fuck out. Like that's
that's and they have battleship DPS.
Right. Like, and so some of the ones that were lacking, to have battleship like the DPS Sin appear. And the Widow got a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Marshal is everybody that can afford a Marshal for crazy Black Ops shit is definitely going to switch over to the Marshal. But the thing about a Marshal is it's not impervious, and that's what even with that super tank bonus, you put a much higher target on your back for people that are willing to throw away ISK as long as they can kill your Marshal. And a lot of people know that the more that you have on that hull. If you have a Marshal, that means that you're willing to probably put like 10 billion ISK worth of modules on that fucker. So
you're gonna abyssal that shit in purple. It's gonna.
And if you're just dropping on and you're just totally dominating somebody, you're totally dominating with any other Black Ops than anyways probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Ultimately, the thing that pisses me off is the removal of the hard point on the Redeemer. Like tank, like I said, I rarely get shot, and that makes sense. I almost agree with that. Blop shouldn't have the battleship bonuses right to tank, but removing the hard point, that's just a dick move. Like, why would you do that?
Because they hate the fucking Redeemer.
They didn't increase it. Like they didn't balance that at all. Like they just said, here you go, lose one entire gun's worth of DPS.
They just want to stop people from using the Redeemer. Is pretty much. They know a ton of people have them. They've already been produced. It's time to move on to another ship to be produced, is what I'm seeing.
I mean, I've always wanted to fly the Widow. And I think I have the skills for it. So
I mean, other than that, yeah. So I mean, they've totally fucked with, and they might still touch and deal with, and do stuff to the Marshal and Python, as they
might tickle their balls.
But there is also some changes to the entropic disintegrator. There's a ultra tidal entropic disintegrator has been messed with. There's a new entropic disintegrator 2 for a Tech 2
Oh, they added a
version
Tech
of
2.
it. And so there's new skills for the battleships regarding that, as well as a fighter specialization. So fighters are getting a 10% increase to their damage once you've completed all of the fighter specialization. You will be required to have fighter specialization in order to use the Tech 2. There's also that disintegrator, capital disintegrator specialization skill. So there's another 10% up to, at 5 or once you get to 5 gets a 10%, so 2% per level. There are Potch has been messed with again. They're continuing to mess with these to a certain degree. Ships will now drop 60% of their loot when destroyed in the region. So a little bit higher loot. There might be. So Orion is saying that there might, there's talks of maybe a Titan, Trig Titan being announced. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. I'd be interested to see what they kind of.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fine to have a Trig Titan in the game.
And it makes sense since there isn't one yet.
So Triglavian ships, both T1 and T2, will be immune to warp speed and lock target penalties within Trig space. So just a boof to, if you use a Trig ship in a Trig space, a little bit of a boof.
A little bit of a beef.
There's some wormhole stuff, some other Triglavian kind of stuff if you want to dig into that. Bunch of changes to Triglav space that to be honest, I really don't understand. But I also heard that wormhole space has been fucked with, and I don't also understand much about the wormhole space changes that are going on here, but it's supposed to be, like to the spawning mechanism. And it's easier to use. Filaments now is a little bit, their timers have been reduced, it looks like, for most. Some have been increased, actually.
Yeah, the Potchman ones have been increased.
Yep. But wormholes definitely have a huge change. A bunch of stuff that is happening in wormhole space. This stuff I don't track too much because I don't do too much with this, but it's supposed to hurt the highway that everybody is kind of using. But I've been hearing that it's been hurting PvP in wormhole space more than it's like hurting the highway. It's what wormhole is saying.
Wormholes are great for travel, Orion. Especially Thera. Thera is probably.
Well, yeah, it's all about if you've got a big fleet, you can travel all over the place using wormholes, and there's easy public wormhole bookmarks that you can get from very well-known organizations that are looking for wormholes and publicly give out that information.
Yeah, I guess there's not a real wormhole. No.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you mean by that. Like, when it comes to travel, it sure the fuck is a real wormhole. It's a great wormhole system. It's a huge, awesome wormhole system that gets you pretty much all over the entire fucking galaxy.
It's NPC, what's it called? K-Space? What's wormhole?
Turner is another really good one. Yep, J-Space.
Oh, yeah, it's like NPC J-Space. That's what they're...
Right.
Because it's like a permanent...
It's very weird space, but...
yeah. Well, Sisters of Eve. It's the Sisters of Eve.
Faction Warfare Level 4 missions have been updated. And so that's pretty much the updates since the last time that we talked about some of the new, stuff that is coming out for NPE. Haven't added the 53 new systems that they've created yet. But the big thing that is going on right now is this election. So do you want to play that election video? Let's go play that video here real quick. Get skill points! Skill points! Everybody loves skill points! Get skill points! Exclusive offers! Get that flex! Get the flex! And more! So, at first I was kind of, I was a little bit taken aback by the idea that they were going to have this be, something that is accessible to all players, but instead of being like you don't vote for the president, you're doing activities for each electoral candidate, right? And I find that to be an interest. They made a whole event out of this, and so when I heard about it, I was a little unsure about it, but when I actually dug into what is this, it makes sense. Yeah, so we're supporting different electoral candidates, basically, and so there are three major electoral candidates that you can join with, which is Soraya, Rodin, Lucas Tenzin, and Alex
Moreau. Alex Moreau
of the Autonomous Party. So there are three different candidates that you can kind of support here. So Rodin supports the champions among stronger corporation freedoms, privatized robotic development, and more assertive military posture. The Tanzan allocating federal unity, or advocating federal unity, human advancement, diplomacy, and stronger support for disadvantaged citizens. And then you've got the Alex, which is promoting racial democratic reform, radical, not racial, sorry, radical democratic reform, greater local authority or autonomy, and unrestricted scientific exploration. So, to be honest, they haven't really detailed out what the difference between these three groups are. These three candidates are. I guess the broader overall implications, but not of what they're.
I think it's gonna be whatever.
We're not gonna hear debates. It doesn't sound like we're not gonna get a real.
But people are gonna side with the faction of the rewards that they want. That's probably what's gonna happen.
I think everybody gets the same rewards.
It says elite rewards for each candidates. New ships, drones, and officer modules. Is it the same rewards? Okay.
I would think that it's the same rewards. Some skins.
Oh, those are cute.
But yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that you support one candidate, and
there's gonna be Twitch drops too.
Oh yeah, Twitch drops. So, if I could go check, maybe I can. Same track rewards, but you use favor to purchase things from each candidate. Interesting.
Hmm.
So we were talking about this on our Discord a while ago. Let me see if I can find. So current Gallente RP community vibes are that they like Tenzin.
Hempshaw says that they're different. Same track rewards, but you use favor to purchase things from each candidate, and the stuff they offer is different officer mods and drones. Yes, so that's what I thought. So
Okay.
people are gonna side with whoever has the thing on the market that
And
they
my
or what that they can purchase. Oh, maybe. I'll be right back.
So Tenzin is the one that the RP community for the Gallente is liking the most at this point. Moruro is interesting, and that most people don't like Rodin. Which, I mean, the thing is that in real life, Tenzin would probably be who I would support. The funny part is that because it's a game and a video game, and I'm part of the militia, I would love to see a more assertive military posture. Even though I'm not really big on like making it more corporate for the Gallente, and privatizing robotic development. I don't know how I feel about that. But, I really like the idea of being more military posture. So, it's
Yeah,
like
I mean it's
being
part
a
of it's
single issue voter at this point where I'm
if
like,
we're faction
are you
if
going to
we're
support the
faction warfare.
military? Are you going to support the fight against these Kildari assholes? Let's
Fuck
make
yeah, we are.
Gallente great. Like, Coach
Make Gallente
Dixie's a
great again.
great, it's a gang fest, as you have to carry the currency and collect the officer mods in space. Okay.
Ooh,
Maybe we
yeah.
should
Let's
do
go.
some
Let's go
ganking.
camp. Go Dixie.
It's not a bad idea, actually. Now that we're in 0.0, it's a lot easier to make ourselves not... We actually make money as we make ourselves not pirate, instead of having to
Yes.
spend money to make ourselves
Which I need to
pirate.
do more of. I've been lazy lately.
Lazy.
I wish it was. I wish I could make it more efficient.
So yeah, there's a whole support your candidacy that's kind of going on right now. A bunch of dailies that you have to log in every single day at this point. There is no leeway, but there are a bunch of stupid items, and not stupid, but just like low impact items that are at the end of the track. So don't worry if you miss out on a few days. It happens. I missed out on a few days. I'm not gonna worry about it at all. Um, but there is, like a whole thing there for you. So yeah, so check out the event that's kind of going on. I haven't done any of the event. I think next week we'll give you a better report. It's been a few days. I think both me and Samson have both not been in game to try out some of this event. We might not even try out some of this event because it might not be just worth our time in any way, shape, or form. But it sounds like it might, and it's about something I care about, the Gallente election. So I hope to bring you more news on what the actual events are like. But we don't really have any personal experience at this point in the event itself.
Yeah, there was actually an I don't know if I'd call it an op, but there was a
Dude, you
fleet.
could do half the event by just capturing FW plexes. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. That's
Oh yeah.
probably, that makes it so that me and Gwen will care about this more in the coming week here. So it's seems to be like a 30 some odd day event. If I remember correctly, it was like 20 some odd days, 28 days or something worth 24 days worth of stuff that you collect for the login bonus. So I imagine that the event itself will be going on for the about a month. So we'll see this into April. So end of March, before the beginning of April, we'll probably give you a little bit of an update here.
We're buying make Gallente great again hats.
Yeah. MMGA.
They could be green. They could be green.
MGGA. Mega.
MGGA. I like saying MGGA. It's like DOGG.
The other thing, do you want to bring up the Frozen Crypt website? So I just got hit up apparently in game. I was talking with Samson before the show on this. When I logged in, I got an email that was like, "Hey, you're part of the Frozen Crypt, the corpse collection registry." And me and Samson combined have added over 1,000 corpses to this registry. And to be honest, Samson on his own added over 1,000.
1,289 corpses.
Over 1,000.
Unique corpses.
Unique corpses.
Gwen has. I didn't know what this was, so like I logged in. So it's frozencrypt.space. From there you can get to there's top collectors. This guy's got 8,000 corpses. Let's see, top news.
Oh, now you've got something else to try and get the top of.
Yeah. 2,000, 1,000. I'm right here. I'm on the fucking homepage now, right? There. Are
you
not
the
top
highest personal?
Wait, what is this? No favorite set. What? I don't understand.
It's like that you're just at the top collector. You're a top collector.
I am a top collector, apparently, on this website.
You just have no favorite set, so you're not favoriting.
I just have no favorite set. You should be too. You said you had. Oh no, you said 99.
Oh no, I have 99 corpses. I mean,
yeah, it says 1,600. So I'm. These are. I'm trying to figure out this top collectors. This guy is the top collector. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm 7th place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is the top collector, Hezron. This is the second, Mun's King. Third is Angela Seldori. Kento Bento Box is 4. Marcus Corpse Snatcher, who has my corpse. He doesn't have favorited. He needs to favorite my corpse. I'm one of the top. Okay. He's favorite my corpse. I need to favorite some corpses here. Oh, he's got CSM corpses. Look at this fucker. He's got Brisk and Dinkle.
Ooh.
And see,
rare items.
I think I have this person's corpse. They have Young Puke's corpse. I wish I had Quake's corpse, man, because he's not on here. I would have had it. It would have been awesome. But now I got a favorite shit. Yeah, but I'm 7th place. We have 8th, 9th. So I'm in the top 10. Gwen's in the top 10 after adding. So basically what this is it scans your if you log in and give it read access, it scans your entire I should add Hein because she's got like 1,000 corpses too, I think, or maybe not that many, but I need to give her corpses to Gwen and then rescan my shit.
There you go. That's what you need to do.
Yes, that'll put me up to like 2,000. So it scans your assets. That's the word I was looking for. Jesus Christ. And then it tells you all the corpses you have, how many of each that you have, and then you can favorite them with the little favorites button here. And then it also shows you who has your corpse. So like if you view my crypt, like this is my collection. If you view my crypt, it says that 10 corpses of mine exist and are owned according to what's been how
do I not own any of your corpses?
I don't know, bro. I'll give you one.
I should own
one. If you give me all of your corpses, I'll give you.
No,
No,
I
but
have
look. So
99 corpses. A
total
lot.
owned by
Nothing
2
compared to you,
Capsuleers.
Crypt Keeper.
Gwen owns 9 of her own corpses.
9. One owned by
And
somebody
I've
else
given
out
some
there.
away. So Marcus the Corpse Snatcher, there he is. Marcus the Corpse Snatcher owns one of Gwen's corpses. So I need to have. Do I have his? Do I have his? Because if I have his corpse, it needs to be a favorite, right? No, I don't have Marcus the Corpse Snatcher. Damn. But I do have Frozen Fallout, so I can favorite you. What? I know I do.
So one of the other big,
Oh, it's
huge.
not in the full list. Fuck, that's annoying. There we go.
Um,
Frozen Fallout. Is there a way I can favorite these corpse? Frozen Fallout.
so one of the other big, huge things that we have here is also that Ribbit is out of Gallente. After CEO events and just, I think people just wanting to do something different. It's also possible that the changes to not being able to have any kind of safe AWACSing to protect against seagulls. But I think like one of the big things was this a CEO shake up with Ribbit. In general, I think there's some that are going to be looking at joining Garista from what I hear, and then maybe dispersing amongst the different Gallente corporations. But it does look like at this time that they are down and out, and we can already see that Aldrinetti is at 70 or 97% contested. So the Gallente, even as this was once one of the greatest strongholds of the Gallente, is about to fall. So if you've got stuff in Aldrinetti, time to move it out. It's time to relocate. The north is gonna fall. I can almost guarantee that the Caldari are going to sweep the north, and we have a resistance in the south. So once again, being part of Haydeli's coalition, living in Haydailes, is a little bit of a blessing for us. So we don't have a massive amount of assets to move. I do have some assets I might just probably leave up there for, a relief mission at some other point. But yeah, it does look like Ribbit is out of faction warfare. They did their last freet on
Rip
Friday.
Bit. R.I.P. Bit.
Yeah, it sucks.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the corpse thing.
It's all he loves this corpse stuff.
I got really distracted by it. But yeah, that sucks. That's it.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of a hit to Gallente. Right. So it's like a flick in the balls.
Yeah, it's gonna be actually. I think that's gonna be a pretty huge hit to Warzone control. But it might be better for everybody's gonna reallocate and come back down to the south at this point. I think everybody's gonna movement is going to come back down.
That's where we are, right?
Yeah, to
so that might be good for us.
I think that's
might good for us.
It might be fine for us. It's not going to be a big hit for our activity that we do in the war zone. In fact, it might be a big boost. So. Yeah, there's a bunch of Guri Angels and Caldari. There is talk about a bunch of them switching over to the Caldari too. So yeah, big hit for the Gallente. Big Gallente event coming up, but it doesn't matter. You don't need to be in Gallente warfare in order to.
Yeah, that's that could bring more content for us though.
Hopefully, that would be nice.
On our Wednesday night fleets.
So. I think that's all that we've got for you today. Anything else that you want to talk about before we drop off?
No, I think I really like this corpse thing, and I like it more than I realize now that Gwen is in the top 10. Oh, just from starting.
Now he's
So I'm gonna
like, wait a
try.
minute, how do I become
gotta,
even higher on this? How do I get number one? He's,
yeah,
I already
I
know the
gotta.
engine, the gears are churning in his brain right now. He's
She has
like,
over 1,600 corpses, but only 1,289 of them are unique. So that's
yep.
yeah.
So that's gonna be
So
a
I gotta
big
work
one.
on that.
Get everybody's.
I added you to my favorite and myself to my favorite, but it hasn't populated yet, so we'll at least have favorites.
Yes. Guadevic, I gotta favorite you.
Yeah, because you have one of my corpses, so you need to, yeah.
How do I?
Oh, so you have to go to your dashboard, and then from your dashboard you can filter by name, and then you can click on the little. I have to figure out who else I want to. Actually, you know what? Tacky. I have Tacky's corpse. I want to favorite him. He's one of my favorites. Tacky. There we go. Oh, I don't know if I saved it. Did I save it? I don't think I saved it. That's why it's not working. Okay. Let me see here. Frozen. Yeah, I didn't say. You gotta click. So you have to click on the star, and then you have to save it. That's why it didn't work for me. Save in the bottom right-hand corner. Click on star. Save settings. All right. So then now it should show that I have favorites set. Yeah, Tacky, Frozen, Gwen. I guess that puts those in alphabetical. That's not alphabetical order. Why? Oh, maybe by last name. CFK. Yeah, it must be by last name.
Yeah, they need to have a better way of favoriting people on this.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But oh, actually, you can make the order. You can put the order, so I can put no current favorites 3. No, you can't order them. But it shows your current favorites up here. That's cool. I have to look through my corpse collection to see, like if I have any other interesting corpses, or I have to favorite all my friends at least. Do I have Rulan's corpse? I'll favorite Rulan. If I have Rulan. No, I don't have Rulan's corpse. Well, I think I have CAD. No, I don't. Well, yeah, I stopped. I gotta collect more corpses. Apparently, Jesus. But anyway, let's see. Frozen corpse. Nope. Frozen.
Anyways, all right. Well, that is that. We're gonna go and drop it on off here. Thank you all for watching, and have a great night.
Have a good night, New Eden.